Welcome, everyone. It's great to have you here. So today we have Sam from HyperDapp, and he's going to do an introduction into the HyperDapp application. And if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to pop them in the chat. And Sam, I'll let you take the stage.
Hi, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Sam. I'm the co-founder and CTO of HyperDapp. HyperDapp is a platform for instantly creating verifiable frontends for dapps. So what is our vision? Our vision is that we have seen explosive growth in the decentralized applications market over the past 18 months. Our vision at HyperDapp is to make the process of creating frontends of dapps seamless, fast, and verifiable. So first of all, a little bit about our team. So I'm Sam. I am the technical guy, the CTO of HyperDapp. So I have 8 years of working experience as a full stack developer in the Web2 world. And prior founding HyperDapp, I was working at the unicorn startup in Israel. And I jumped into Web3 2 years ago when I met Karen at the Chainlink Spring Hackathon. And where we won the hackathon, and we started our journey from there. And then, like after this first startup, we decided to launch a second project, which is HyperDapp. And Karen, she has 10 years experience in product management and data science. And before she pivoted to Web3, she was head of the data science at the Web2 fintech startup. So Karen and I, as I told you, we are both like 2 times founder in Web3, and we have been working together since the beginning of 2021. So what is the problem that we discovered in the current Web3 industry? Is that building frontends for dapps is challenging because developers have to integrate Web3 logic, such as wallet connections or smart contract interactions, into the front ends. And usually, most of the developers that are jumping into Web3 are learning straight away like Solidity and smart contract development. So front ends is kind of like put it on the side, and developers have to deal also with complex and fragmented tech stack. So from the smart contract to the front end. And they have to overcome a steep learning curve in order to understand and use numerous SDKs or libraries. And also, Web3 interactions triggered by dapps, frontends are non-verifiable, meaning that no one can actually knows what function from the smart contract will be triggered when they will interact with a button or an input. So this is our unique insight. We are living in a Web3 decentralized world. And we want that everything will be decentralized. So right now we have Etherscan to verify and audit smart contracts that are public and completely decentralized, but there is no such tool and an interface and a protocol in order to do that for the front ends. And this is why we built HyperDapp. HyperDapp turns the process of building dapps frontends into a seamless workflow. A key component of HyperDapp is a browser-based code editor with the capability of auto-generating frontends via code snippets. With live preview, testing and debugging smart contract interactions and prototyping UIs have never been easier. With a click of a button, the code for generating the frontends is deployed to decentralized storage such as IPFS, and the Web3 interactions are then fully transparent and can be verified by anyone in the community. So let me show you a quick demo on how HyperDapp works. Sorry. So this is our dashboard, and this is all the previous dapps that I've created with HyperDapp. So let's create a new one together. So first of all, before creating a dApp, what we usually want is to load a smart contract ABI. So let's load the wrap if smart contract that is on Rebig testnet for this demo. So let's give it a name and let's copy paste the contract address. As you can see, the ABI has been fully loaded with all the functions that are inside. I can also load another smart contract if I want, but let's stick to one smart contract for now. So here, I can have access to the smart contract layer that is the wrap ETH, and I can have access to all the functions that are inside. So for instance, if I want to, first of all, display the name of the smart contract, here we go, name wrap ETH, automatically generated. Let's remove this prompt. Yeah, great. So then let's maybe display the total supply, or maybe the symbol before, and then the total supply. Great. So right now we have called only view functions, so it's only display. But what if we want to interact and trigger an action that is a payable one, for instance, deposit? Let's say because we are interacting with the wrap ETH smart contract, let's say that we want to send Ether to the smart contract in order to receive wrap ETH. So with a click of a button, I can choose the deposit function, and then it generates automatically the input and the button. I can also rename the button. For instance, let's call it wrap, and let's maybe here call it ETH. Great. So let's test it just to see that everything is working correctly. So I hope that you're seeing my MetaMask that is triggering. And here I can click on confirm. And that's it. The transaction has been sent through the blockchain and everything is working correctly. So now that I'm done with my dApp, I can publish it to decentralized storage. So here we are using IPFS. So let's call it wrap ETH, my wrap ETH test contract. And let's give it a version. And let's click on deploy. An error occurred. Great. Okay, shouldn't do that, but I can go straight away to the next step. Here we go. Is that working? No. Okay, let's go straight away to another contract. Okay, so once the code has been deployed to IPFS, you have you get a unique URL from where your dApp is accessible and can be shared to anyone. So for instance, I can copy paste this address and share it with my users, or I can also embed it into any website through iframe. So for instance, this is a simple HTML page from Code Sandbox. So any developer should know this website. And here, if I copy paste, sorry, let's take the address and let's copy paste it here. And here we go. No, sorry, it's not this one. It should be this one. Great. And as you can see, so from a simple HTML page, I can access my dApp that I've just built with HyperDapp. I can also interact with it just to see that everything is working correctly and that MetaMask is triggering correctly. The deposit version is triggered, confirm, and that's it. Everything is working. So perfect. And so this marks the end of the demo. Of course, so this is something that you should have noticed, that we have multiple code snippets that you can use. The last one that we added is the Oracle one. So it's triggering, it's displaying, actually it's triggering the API Condex from Condex API. And I'm displaying directly data from this API. So if you want to target and fetch data from an external API, you can do it with Oracle. to know more about Oracle, you can look at our doc that is on our website as well. You can read all the things that are related to the code snippet. If you want to add UI state, for instance, or different prompts, everything is in there. And that's it for our demo. Thank you for listening, and I would be happy to answer any question. Okay, so the verification mechanism powered by HyperDapp. Yeah, exactly. So this is something that I forgot to show. So let's say that you're sharing the URL, or you're embedding the URL into any website. So any user that is visiting your website will be able to click on this link, and then they will have access to the underlying business logic that is related to this dApp. So for instance, during the slide deck pitch, I was saying that no one can actually knows when he will click, when the user will click on a button, what function will be triggered. But with our system and with HyperDapp, this is something that you can do now, because here I can see that the button is actually triggering the deposit action, and the deposit action is triggering the deposit function from the wrap if smart contract. So this is this deposit function. So I will know that I will trigger the deposit function from this smart contract, and I can also verify that this smart contract is the correct one, which is the wrap if smart contract. Are there any styling options? So this is something that we are planning on doing, and we also added it in our roadmap. But right now we are really focused on the core functionality. So this is something that we are fixing bugs like every day, and we are improving our interpreter engine every day. So we will add something for styling options very soon. Okay. Additional to base snippets, it's possible to customize more adding HTML, CSS. Yeah, so this is customizing. We'll add it in the future. So the code generated, the code that we are using here is based on a language that is called Prolog, and it is usually used at the university, but also for AI and machine learning. So we found this language really useful in order to generate dynamically like front ends based on logic that is defined by Prolog. So the front end itself that is generated by this link is actually hosted on centralized storage, but all the code that is plugged to our interpreter engine, this one is deployed to IPFS, to decentralized storage. We thought about adding the functionality as well to deploy the whole front end to IPFS with also this code to IPFS. So that way we'll be fully decentralized. A tool for forming the ABI. So right now, what we are doing for the ABI, by actually only filling up the contract address, we are fetching the ABI if it's verified from EtherScan. But we have, and we had in the past, but we removed it. But I think that we'll add it again if that's requested. We have a tool in order to convert an ABI array to our Prolog code that is generated here. Sorry. Yeah, so we have a tool in order so you copy paste the contract ABI array, and it will generate all of that. Oracle integration is great. It supports custom API Oracle from Chainlink. So right now we are not supporting Chainlink, but this is something that we have in mind in order to fetch data from their Oracle. How can you perform encoding of HyperDapp ETHs for functions parameters that would require this? I don't think that I understood this question. Sorry, Fidel Musungu. Is inserting an iframe in the main way of integration with the rest of the frontend, or are there other ways to do that? So right now, this is the main way of doing that, inserting it through an iframe or sharing directly the URL with your users. But if you want to have it embedded into your own website with your own branding, this is the only way to do that right now. Yeah, so for data retrieval from IPFS, actually, we can do a quick demo together. You can use an Oracle to do that. Actually, I think that I already have something that we can use. 1 second. So this is a quick demo that I've started to do with a third web smart contract. So for instance here, the image, so if it's shown, because IPFS sometimes is a bit slow, it's coming from IPFS. So here, as you can see, I've declared my Oracle IPFS, and this is the gateway to reach out to IPFS. And then the call is done here. Yeah, get HTTP. So here I'm calling IPFS with the path IPFS. I'm adding the CID. This is the CID, and then this is the output that should be the IPFS. So here, as you can see, it should show the IPFS link. So you can grab data from IPFS directly with an Oracle. I will try to, if that's helpful for a lot of people, so I will add something into the doc as an example. The generated code, you can modify it as much as you want. You can look at the doc. For instance, here for code snippet, we are generating multiple prompts. Let's look at this one. So as you can see here, I'm triggering multiple prompts, but if I'm taking this code and I'm copy pasting it here, I can actually merge the prompts. So for instance, I can take that, copy paste it here, and it's working the same way. And you have less code to deploy. You can also remove that, and that's it. And you can also add like whatever text you want, input into the show array. So it's just for convenience, for adding code snippets. So I'm generating multiple prompts, one under another, because it's easier to do. Maybe I missed some question in the chat. So if I haven't answered to one of them, please write it again on the chat if that's okay. But yeah, I will add the example of IPFS into our doc. get HTTP function can get info from any HTTP server in the web. Yes, exactly. It can get, so once you, so let's look at the doc together, but actually, in order to register an oracle, you just need to register the name of the oracle, the permission. So right now we are only supporting read permission and the base URL. So once you have, so the name is completely your choice. It just should be lowercase. And then this is the base URL of your API. And then once you want to call the oracle, you just need to reference the name of the oracle. So here it's condesk. Here is the path of the oracle. And then you get the output here. And so here I'm setting the output into the UI state that is here, that explains everything in order to set UI state into the engine. And then you can work with that whatever you want, display data, use the data in order to send requests to a smart contract, etc. Cool. Is it possible parse this as JSON? So it should be written as JSON, and then you can work with the JSON as you want. So for instance, here when I'm calling the oracle, so as you can see, so the first thing that I'm displaying is the disclaimer. So let's look at the console. So as you can see, this is the results that I'm getting from this API. And here, as you can see, this is all the fields that I'm getting in the object. So the disclaimer, for instance, in order to take the disclaimer. So here I'm getting from my US state, I'm getting the condesk value, and then I'm targeting disclaimer. So yeah, it's not like JavaScript with a dot, is with a slash that is working. And then I'm outputting into the disclaimer variable, and then I'm displaying it here. And as you can see, this is exactly that what we're getting from the API. And I'm doing the same for the others, actually. If one of your fields is in uppercase, sorry, so you have to wrap it into quotes, and everything should work correctly. Hope it answers to the question, Tatiana.
Great, thanks, Sam, for the workshop. If we do have any more questions, we can follow up over Discord. It's sponsor HyperDapp.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So
thanks
I'm
again.
completely available on our Discord channel. You can also join our Discord server, and all the updates are posted there. I will also make some updates as we talked to the documentation, and also to adding more snippets in the future, and also customization, as I know that is really this is really important to the community. So we are working really hard on it. So we'll keep in touch. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope that you enjoyed the demo, and can't wait to see what you're gonna build with HyperDapp. Thank you.